It's a really worrying story that we want to keep an eye on, and we're going out of the studio into the streets of Accra, where Daryl Alantego, our man on the beat, has a troubling development that he wants to bring to our attention. Alan, good morning. What's going down where you are? Where are you?
Home and comfortably living there. But being a mentally ill persons, they are a danger to themselves as well as members of the public who use the sidewalk or the pavement, if so you wish to call it. Not only that, they're also a threat to motorists who at any time may want to pull off the highway to use their sidewalk, be it whether they have lost control of their vehicle or there is something significantly wrong with their vehicle. I'm coming to you with the story of a young woman who has set up home here in Odoko on the pavement. And so if you're coming from Odoko towards Malam, in between the Odoko traffic light and Busia Junction is where this young woman has set up home. And so the scene you have currently in your shot is what seems to be a pile of bricks she has used to demarcate her portion of the sidewalk to be what would likely be called her home. Interestingly, Cap, when I arrived here this morning, she was very comfortably seated in this pile of bricks. But the moment I set up camera, interesting, Cap, she may have realized that I'm onto something. And so she got a bit agitated, a bit jittery, and then decided to start speaking up. Quickly, she moved away from her home. And so what you can see is photos from her pile of bricks. And what you have in here is cassava. You also have oranges. And she cooks on the sidewalk. Yes, she does cook. And so you have charcoal also in there and ashes, indicating that she either just cooked or has only been getting herself ready to cook. The one frightening thing here, though, is that she uses a 5-inch kitchen blade or kitchen knife. And on this sidewalk, you have school children. You have men, women, and all manner of persons walking around here. The worry or the fear is tough. Being a mentally unstable person, who could tell when she will get overly agitated and brandish this knife and chase after anyone on the sidewalk? Another question is, given that school children use the same sidewalk, who could tell when she will feel threatened by the presence of these school children and would want to attack them somehow? Nobody is able to say when a mentally ill person will act or not act. And this in itself is a huge danger to persons of the public as well as vulnerable ones, as older women and men, and school children. Once again, she seems to have her place sorted out or cut out. That's a 5-inch blade used by a mentally unstable person on the sidewalk of Odoko. It is a ticking time bomb, somebody will say, or it is only a matter of time before we could see what she will do with this kitchen knife. You will recall just about a year ago around Kaneshie, when a mentally unstable person picked up a brick as big as this one, hit someone who's just walking past on the head, and kills the person instantly. This is not just the one weapon available to this woman. There are many of them. There are bricks, there are knives, and also there are what looks like household stuff. And so you have the earthing pot, asanka you may call it, and many other things. In fact, I am told by the people who trade around here that she's known locally as Amma. She's known locally as Amma. And she gets interactive sometimes if she chooses to. When she's okay, yes, she'll interact with people. But when she's not in the mood, nobody can come closer to her. Well, it is a very, very interesting situation we have here at Odoko. And I want to believe that those whose duty it is to protect the public are also looking at this morning. And if for nothing, for the sake of these school children who only innocently are crossing the road, will be protected or given some protection so that this will not be one of the many disasters we report year in, year out on our roads relative to people who have mental illnesses. This situation, the earlier something is done about it, the better it will be for everyone who lives in and around Odoko, and that's their business here. If you can hear me, this so far is the situation on the sidewalks of Odoko, between the Odoko traffic light and Buzia Junction, where mentally unstable woman has to set up home, and over here she does everything, including cooking with a 5-inch kitchen knife. This is only a danger staring at everyone, but nobody seems to be concerned about it. Thank you very much once again for coming to me. As always, sir, my name is Darrell Alan Tago. Thank you very much.
Right, so that's Darrell reporting to us from Odoko, which is in the Accra metropolitan area. So there are a couple of people who need to be on this case immediately. So you need to have the metropolitan authorities on the case. We need to have the police on the case. We need to have the mental health authorities on the case. We need to have the social welfare department on the case. It is totally unacceptable for somebody who is suspected to be mentally not well setting up camp on a pavement with ingredients, with charcoal, with bricks, with knives. She has basically set up home on a pavement. This cannot be allowed to happen. It didn't just spring up from nowhere like magic. This was a gradual process. It's gone to a place now where she has, I can see oranges, I see vegetables, fruits, fire, knife. It's not on. It's not on. So the authorities are failing us. They need to get onto the case ASAP. Big time. City authorities, mental health authorities, social welfare, Ghana police. This should not happen at all. So thanks to Alan. I'm sure we'll keep on this and get some updates for you. My guests are seated. Comrade Adele Umar is a member of the National Communication Team of the National Democratic Congress.